Have you ever walked into a room and felt completely invisible? Like no one noticed you, no one cared, as if you didn't even exist? There's a reason you're not being heard, and it has nothing to do with how you look, your skills, or how much money you have. It's something people like Keanu Reeves, a man of few words, yet always deeply respected, understand better than anyone: presence. In this video, you'll uncover a surprising truth about how society really sees you, and a simple technique anyone can use to instantly command attention the moment they walk into a room. If you've ever felt overlooked, this could be the turning point. Watch until the end, because once you understand this secret, you'll never be ignored again. Have you ever walked into a room and felt completely invisible? As if no one noticed, no one cared if you were even there? Their eyes pass over you like you're just part of the background, faded, forgettable. You speak, but your words leave no impression. You act, but your efforts go unnoticed. You're present, but you have no presence. It's a crushing feeling, like the world is too loud, and you're just a faint whisper swallowed by the noise. But here's the truth. With one small shift, one simple secret, something incredible can happen. People will start to notice. Heads will turn, silence will follow, and they'll begin to respect you. Not because you demanded attention, but because you simply arrived. There are people who walk into a room and time seems to pause. Eyes naturally gravitate toward them. Conversations stall for a brief moment. They don't need to say a word, their energy says it all. It's not arrogance. It's not a fake display of power. It's something deeper, an invisible force, a quiet confidence, an inner strength that makes others feel they can't ignore you. It's the kind of power that doesn't come from shouting louder. It comes from within, just a steady gaze, a grounded step, a posture that says, "I belong here," and suddenly the entire room feels their presence. And you can be that person. You don't have to change how you look. You don't need to fake a personality. You just need to change one thing: how you walk into any space. Walk in knowing you deserve to be there, knowing you matter, that your presence can shift the energy around you. When you believe that, your eyes will reflect it deeper, more certain. Your shoulders won't slouch from insecurity, they'll rise with quiet pride, as if you're carrying something important within you. And when you enter a room with that energy, without saying a single word, people will instinctively take a step back, and they'll start to respect you. Don't live your whole life like a shadow. Be the light, and you'll see the world will never dare overlook you again. Do you want to know where the real difference lies? It's just one small action, one simple shift, and suddenly the world starts treating you in a completely different way. Here's the harsh truth few dare to say out loud. Society doesn't respect weakness. People might pity you, they might sympathize, but they won't respect you if you show insecurity, hesitation, or uncertainty in the way you carry yourself. Because this world runs on unspoken rules, an invisible hierarchy where everyone is constantly being sorted, every second of every day. Who leads, who follows, who commands, and who submits. The moment you walk into a meeting, step into a party, or even join a casual conversation, people start sizing you up. Not based on what you say, but how you say it. Not on your words, but on your eyes, your tone, your posture, your pace, your hands, the way you stand, the way you hold your head. All of it creates that initial impression. And that impression, it will decide how they treat you. If you speak too fast, if your voice shakes, if your eyes avoid contact, or if you try too hard to impress, you've already lost. People don't need a detailed analysis. A few subtle signals are enough for them to silently place you in the lesser category. And once you're labeled as beneath them, not a threat, or easy to overlook, it won't matter how talented, smart, or capable you are, your words will carry no weight. You'll lose the game before it even begins. That's why some people walk into a room and immediately command attention. while others can talk all day and still be ignored. The difference isn't luck. It's not about good looks or natural charm. It's about awareness and the feeling you project onto others. That thing we call a first impression. And here's the powerful part. You can control it. If you develop the right mindset, you can shape the way people perceive you from the very first moment. Can you believe that just one small change in your body language can completely shift the balance of power in any situation? One subtle move, no words, no force, yet suddenly people start looking at you differently, with more seriousness, more respect. What's the secret? It's the power of the pause, the mastery of time in communication. Most people who lack confidence share one thing in common. They're afraid of silence. They rush to fill the quiet with words, as if they're terrified that if they don't speak immediately, they'll be forgotten. They talk fast, too fast. Their eyes dart around. Their voice rises at the end of sentences like they're begging for validation. They can't stand the wait, can't hold the quiet. And that, right there, is how they lose their power, often without even realizing it. Because the moment you're trying to be heard, you're silently admitting that you believe you won't be, unless you plead. But real men, the ones who hold true power, they're different. They know how to pause. They aren't afraid of silence, they use it. They make others wait, hold their breath, lean in, respect. They control the timing. And by doing so, they control the entire atmosphere. This isn't just some communication trick. It's a weapon, a silent weapon that's been used by leaders, CEOs, and powerful men for generations. Think of the most powerful people you've ever seen in history, in business, even on screen. They don't speak quickly. They don't move frantically. They don't rush to fill empty space with noise. They create an atmosphere where everything seems to revolve around them, a magnetic field of focus and presence. You want to hear them. You want to understand them. You want to follow them. So next time someone asks you a question, don't answer right away. Pause. Let the silence stretch just a little longer than expected. Hold their gaze. Steady, unwavering. Let the anticipation build. Let them feel the weight of the moment. Then speak. Slowly, clearly, every word chosen with care. And watch what happens next. They'll lean in. They'll stop fidgeting. Their eyes will sharpen. The energy in the room will shift toward you, as if you just took control without ever needing to fight for it. That's the power of stillness. A quiet power that no one can ignore. Because when you dare to be silent, you prove you're not afraid of being forgotten. You don't need noise to show your worth. And that is what makes people believe you're truly worth listening to. This world doesn't respect the frantic. It doesn't admire those who can't control their pace. It bows only to those who know how to command the moment, especially the ones that seem empty. And if you train yourself to do this, if you turn the pause into part of your presence, then you won't need to shout. You won't need to compete. You won't need to prove anything. You'll just stay still, lock eyes, speak slowly, and the world will start to move with you. This isn't just theory. This is real, and anyone can test it. You don't need wealth. You don't need fame. You don't need some fancy title. You just need to master the silence and let that silence speak louder than any words ever could. Try it once. Pause. Look them in the eye. And wait. Let them be the ones who move toward you. This isn't an illusion. It's human psychology at its deepest, most subtle level. Why does this work so powerfully? Because in nature, the most dominant creature is never the loudest. A lion doesn't roar before it hunts. It moves in silence, observing, calculating, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In any pack, the alpha doesn't need to announce its power. Everyone around just knows. True leaders in any group don't chase the spotlight. The spotlight finds them. Power always moves slowly. It doesn't rush. It doesn't scramble. It waits. It creates space. And in that stillness, it takes up more mental room than chaos ever could. Now think about the most powerful people you've ever seen, in real life, in business, even on screen. They all have one thing in common: a calm, controlled presence. They don't fidget. They don't force their way into conversations. They pause. They make people wait. They create invisible tension in the air, and that tension pulls every eye toward them. When you pause, you're sending a clear message. I don't need to hurry. I don't need your attention to exist. I control this rhythm. And you know what? People instinctively respect that. That's why the most successful men don't chase attention. They command it. They set the tempo, and the world adjusts to them. This isn't just a clever psychological trick. It's a truth rooted deep in human behavior. Silence makes people uncomfortable. Our brains are wired to avoid uncertainty, and a well-timed pause creates that uncertainty. It forces people to focus on you, to lean in, to wonder what you're about to say next. We naturally assign more value to things that are rare and hard to access. When you speak less, but every word carries weight, your voice becomes valuable. And here's the paradox. The less you seek approval, the more people feel compelled to give it to you. While most people talk too fast, like they're trying to prove something, you only need to slow down. When you slow down, you stand out. When you pause, everything quiets, and suddenly, your presence becomes unmistakably clear. Your voice doesn't have to be loud, but every word cuts like a blade. You don't need long speeches. Your words will linger long after you've stopped talking. People who speak too quickly are often perceived as nervous or insecure. But those who speak slowly, deliberately, with calm certainty, they radiate intelligence, control, and an unshakable belief in their own worth. And that is what makes even the most crowded room lean toward them. You don't need to win by being loud. You just need to master the silence. So how do you apply this in real life? Here's what you need to do. Next time you're in a conversation, whether it's with a friend, a stranger, or even someone in a position of power, when they ask you a question, don't respond right away. Pause. Just 2 seconds. Don't fidget. Don't look away. Hold their gaze. Hold the silence. Then speak, word by word, slowly, with intent, and then watch. Watch how they shift in their seat. Watch how their eyes lock onto you. Feel how their energy subtly adjusts to match your calm. Just one time, done right, and you'll notice the difference instantly. But if you practice this every day, you'll never be treated the same again. Most people will ignore this advice. They'll keep talking fast, keep chasing approval, keep trying to earn attention, and they'll keep being ignored. But the ones who master the pause, they rise above the noise. They walk into a room and own it. They don't ask for respect. They command it. The choice is yours. So try it just once. Master the silence. Own your presence. And when you feel the shift, when the entire room starts to lean in and listen, you'll understand what real power feels like. This isn't just motivation. This is transformation. Keanu Reeves did it. Not through noise, but through quiet strength. And if he can do it, so can you. In every conversation, every room, every relationship. If this message spoke to you, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and follow, because this is just the beginning. Your presence is your weapon. Use it